Good morning on Wednesday, April 26th. It's time for episode 217 of the 359 podcast. I'm BVG, and in the house today we got Bridget, Carey, and Ben Fox Rubin.
Woo!
And we're talking about creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're a little late today because hot off the presses, Amazon just dropped. It's got a new device coming out called the Echo Look. So we're going to be talking mostly about that. It's basically got a built-in camera, built-in LED lights, so you can take photos and videos with just your voice. Maybe you're really excited about it. I don't know. We'll talk about that. It's $200. Are you excited about it, Bridget?
Could you not tell by my face?
Well, we'll save that for the podcast itself. Also, if we have time, we had to drop some stuff today. We'll talk about Twitter's earnings and also Sergey Brin's secret airship. But the Echo Look, I think, is going to be the top of the mind today. So send in your questions and comments. We'll get to as many as we can at the end of the show.
All right, Hangout will be back to take your comments and questions in the chat in 3 minutes and 59 seconds from 3, 2...
Welcome to the 359. I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
And I'm Bridget Carey.
So Amazon just dropped news of a new device called the Echo Look. It's a $200 device that allows people to take photos and videos using just their voice. The company also introduced a new service called Style Check that uses machine learning to offer customers style recommendations. So this is like a fashion play, right? Like they want people to use Amazon and think about Amazon when you're buying clothes. I mean, like that's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, my first reaction to seeing this and hearing about there's going to be software that I go, Alexa, does this make me look fat? Like, is that what I get to like get out of this?
That is usually what I ask.
I'm not a fashionista, so I kind of had to check the date that this wasn't April 1st because it seems
That's what so many people were asking me on Twitter. They were like, is this a joke?
I mean, okay. What does this eliminate? The need to take a picture of yourself in front of the mirror and hold your camera up if you're trying to get a picture of, this is my outfit today.
Right.
And I am not that kind of person. But then I started getting into this discussion with my colleague Ashley Escada over in LA, who says this is amazing product because this is great for the fashion industry. You can take pictures of what you're wearing and share it without having to bother someone else in the house to take a picture of you. I'm going, I don't get it. And then I go, well, why do you need a computer to tell you if you look good or not? And she's like, well, because you could always use another.
You can always use a second opinion.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
This is very exciting.
I'm just glad I get out the door with two shoes that are the same in the morning. So, but for me,
I've used different shoes. I've put on with two different shoes, and now Alexa is going to get mad at me about that.
You know, all these companies wanted to put a camera in the smart home hub, and for heaven's sakes, Amazon did it with the fashion twist. But it's a camera.
Right.
That is a smart home hub. So there's other ways to use this. There are other applications. They just made the fashion the focus here.
So that's a really good point, actually, because Apple has been rumored that they're going to come out with an Echo eventually, like an Echo competitor eventually. And we actually wrote a story quite a while ago that Apple was considering adding a camera into that device. So now, again, these are all rumors, but like we were wondering if that was going to be a security feature or that was going to be a way for them to actually recognize different users. This is different. This is a much simpler and maybe a little bit friendlier way of actually introducing a camera into the home.
Right. So like by focusing just on fashion, you're not going to be creeped out by like, oh, it knows when Ben's home and when his wife's home and it knows our faces,
Right.
So that way it's
and you're fully in control of it. You turn it on with your voice as far as saying, take a photo or take a video. This also includes built-in camera, built-in LED lights. And the price, by the way, $200. It's only $20 more than a regular Echo, like
it's
the original
Echo. It's only $200 more than the phone I already have that has a camera on it.
That is true. By the way, it's also invite only in the US only. And I talked to Amazon about this. They said that it's going to be providing it rolling invites to customers. So I actually asked, like, when can we get a review in? And they said, well, you're going to have to ask for an invite like everybody else. So maybe we can buy one on eBay if we have to.
They don't want dorky tech guys to be reviewing this thing that's for the fashion industry because they don't want to get. That is a very good point. They don't want everyone trash talking it.
So are people going to buy this thing?
I guess I don't understand the fashion industry enough, but I think those are the people you have to ask because this is what it's targeted to. And for me, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I don't need a $200 camera just to do that. But
yeah, I don't know. We've got like 25 seconds left. Let me see if I can cram one more story in here. Google co-founder Sergey Brin is reportedly building a giant airship Did I just get that right? What is with this podcast today? This is some weird stuff going on.
You know, if you're a tech billionaire, your side hobby must be learning and investing in ways on how to fly a car because,
Yes.
if you can't have Larry Page and his flying car startup, you might as well just build your own blimp.
Yeah.
And that's what Sergey's doing. So that's according to Bloomberg. It's just a rumor, or it's just a report, I should say, but they talked to 4 people involved in the matter, and he has told Bloomberg, I have nothing to say about this right now. But yeah, it's over at 10 minutes away from the Google campus at a NASA, hangar.
Yeah. So we'll have to see about that too. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to read more about these stories, check us out on CNET. I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
I'm Bridget Carey.
Thanks for listening.
All right, buckle up. The chat's on fire.
Oh my God. Because they love Bridget. Bridget, you are very excited about this.
Well, I always sound a little bit negative, but there is. I mean, I was thinking, oh, this is a joke, and then when I started talking to Ashley, she was like,
"Were asking me
like,
if
no,
it was
no,
a
this
joke."
is real.
I posted this like as quickly as I could to Twitter to say, "Here's the YouTube video. This is what it is." The immediate reaction from a bunch of folks was, "Is this a joke? This can't actually be real."
Because it seems strange to care so much about what you're wearing for the day to spend $200 on a camera and software to tell you if you're trendy. It's weird. It's out of touch for people who aren't really into fashion. And we know that Amazon has a really big focus into fashion. They have their own show every night just about, what was that fashion show
Style
called?
Code Live.
You know it. There you go. I don't watch it, but there.
Neither do I.
But there's that. And they sell their own fashion line. And so, they're looking at this going, you know what? Clearly there's a market here. Or the other way is like, hey, how do we get a camera in? Why don't we just focus on one market? You know?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to include a camera if somehow this can get your dimensions and then make it easier for you to buy like pants or jeans on Amazon, because that's like a big problem that I think for them is that as far as making fashion purchases, especially like for pants, not shirts or dresses, how exactly are you going to know that it fits right? If you have a camera there and it's Amazon's camera, is that eventually going to enable them to say like, yes, this 95% of the time or this 100% of the time is actually going to fit you because we just took a picture of you and know the exact dimensions?
Well, no, wait. It depends how you're standing. If it's flattering,
It's
and
true.
it's a mix of a computer algorithm
that is
and
just
like
a
an
guess.
expert. So like, are you gonna have experts manning the input? Okay, Sally just updated her photo. Does it look right? Looks a little frumpy here, maybe. But it depends how you stand. And
It's
you can
true.
totally, girls. All right, we all know this secret. If your shirt is not fitting you, you just gotta do one of these, and suddenly it looks like it fits you. So what is this computer gonna do? Is it gonna
All right,
outsmart?
let's go to the questions. You said that the chat's on fire, right? Let's go for it.
For the record, they do love Bridget.
Yes. And
Secondarily,
we do too. We're going to have you on a lot more.
we apologize in advance for all the echoes that we're going to set off in the conversation today for those who have it on in the background.
Yes.
Uh,
Put them on mute, please.
Mike and Danny in the chat point out, is there a market really for fashion geekstas? Is that going to be
We're just going to
thing?
have to find out. That's a great question. Is that Danny Green,
But
by the way?
Yeah, Danny Green, our
What's
boy.
up, Danny Green?
At the same time, though, is it the Echo Dot isn't catered to geeks? Yes, it's tech. Yes, it's a little nerdy, but it's become so much part of the nomenclature that it's just that you don't have to be a geek to have smart home stuff.
Not
That's
anymore.
true.
At
That
all.
is true.
In fact, those girls don't look geeky in the promo video, right?
They did throw a guy or two in there too. They were like,
There
"This
was
is
a
for
guy?
you too, guys."
Yeah.
There was a guy opening up a closet, but they knew that primarily the fashion plays are usually targeted at women. I mean, that's where most of the money is made as far as fashion is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
This shirt I bought in 2000. There's proof.
there's lots of great thoughts being passed around in the chat right now. Mike Leotti, Big Brother is watching. And then he says, will this push to retailers to offer their products on Amazon if they don't already?
Right, because that's
Great
the
question.
big that's the
They're going
big
to start
tie-in,
selling
right?
off the customer images.
I mean,
Not just
you
the
can't
identities,
get
their images.
as a good point to that. You can't get stuff from the Gap on Amazon. I mean, the Gap, Banana Republic, Old Navy, they don't sell on Amazon. Is this somehow going to start convincing them to do that? I don't know. But at the very least, it at least tries to draw more people into Amazon that are more fashionistas.
Or recommendations that when I upload that photo, it's what also would look good in that color. This skirt from Amazon.
Right.
These pair of shoes from Amazon. You may be also interested in the following, and so it's a way for them to push more product.
Right. Primarily, the way Amazon works is that it's an ecosystem play. I mean, just like Google, just like a lot of the major companies, just like Apple, where if they can actually convince you to spend more time with them, you're more likely to buy more stuff with them.
Totally.
So is this a way for them to do that? Maybe. I mean, like at the very least, some people that don't have an Echo might want to buy an Echo Look because of this additional feature, but I don't know.
This is their Amazon's like white whale. Can we be the master of fashion?
It's true. Yeah, but like it's really hard
At
to
least
like
it's a new angle. This is
It's-
interesting and fresh. We have not seen this before.
Yeah.
yeah. And
And it's
Google
worth a conversation.
Because
Google has actually shown that you don't actually need a camera to have multiple users
Well,
on
like-
a
Well,
smart
there's something to
speaker.
be
They
said, like,
just did
someone,
that.
Someone like me, I buy my clothes A at a merch table at a show, and B reorder the same pair of pants I have for the last 12 years.
Right.
So
Because
like,
you know they fit.
yeah.
But wait, let's look at all the tech billionaires. Zuckerberg has a hoodie every day that's the same. I mean, everyone is like,
Right.
on stage like looking the same all the time. Even Tim Cook looks
So what
the
you're
same
saying
all
is
the
they're
time.
not on fleek.
Right. They're not on fleek. They don't get it. Amazon, I guess, is trying to get it.
I hate myself for saying that out loud. I'm sorry, everybody.
I don't hate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Leave immediately.
So before we get back into the intended application of this, let's talk about some of the speculated other applications of this device. Because not only is Amazon always listening, now it's always watching.
Why
Right.
can't it be a security camera?
Exactly. That's coming up again and again and again in the chat. How could it be applied possibly as a security camera?
Or a
It
doggy
could be.
camera.
That was-
Well, that's another good point.
So this was actually rumored initially last month. Somebody actually found like a leaked photo on Amazon.com, was like scraping Amazon.com and found a photo of this. And that was the initial thought, was that this is a security camera because Nest is already out there. The assumption is that if you're going to include a camera on one of these devices, of course it's a security camera. So this is a much more targeted and specific usage
Yeah.
than I think we were expecting.
But I think if you just sell security camera, people start going, well, when is it on and when is it off? And I guess there's funny feelings you get from that.
We're just on a roll with these weird unitaskers between Spotify,
That's true.
alleged headsets that just play music, and now a camera that just tells you what to wear.
So Amazon
we
is
seem to be
also
going backwards in technology from the phone that does everything.
However, Amazon is being at least a little bit smart about this by doing invite only in the US only. So they can at least try to gauge demand by the number of invites.
Wasn't Echo at first invite only?
That's correct.
So
For quite some time too.
Yeah.
Until they actually made it available publicly. But they made it invite only for long enough to actually know what the size of the market was, how many they needed to build. So by the time they came out with the Dot and kept adding more and more to the Echo family, they had a pretty good idea of what was actually what people really wanted out of it.
I can imagine just the incredible YouTube vlogs to be coming out of this.
This is definitely true.
Oy.
Right, but like, could you live stream on YouTube using this camera?
Well, yeah,
It is a
beyond
camera.
that, Jeffrey's asking, can you take a remote picture from the Alexa app and then just keep it? I guess.
Remote picture, like you're at work and you take a picture from home
I guess.
of your home. That's creepy.
if,
That doesn't sound good.
if it
That's a
connects,
Nest Cam.
if it connects to your home Wi-Fi, you could do that.
Tentatively,
I
right?
mean, technically.
Granted, we've known about this thing for all of 40 minutes, so
That's true. It's true. And good for Amazon for constantly never warning me about anything. I literally was preparing for the podcast when they were like, guess what? We have a new device. Surprise. They've been doing this too with like their grocery pickup thing,
Mhm.
which had been rumored for months.
I think it's funny when you surprise like this. What happens? You get that first reaction of like, "Is this a joke?" Because there's no time to really think about. Wait, is there a market for it? Should we talk to some industry experts and see if there's a market?
They
for
don't
this?
want to do
But
that.
they just want to like go out because they know so many people in the tech press are, I'm sorry, nerdy dudes. So
I am a nerdy dude.
And, I mean,
look at me.
I'm not a fashionista myself, so I don't know. I'm not going to connect with this, and maybe
Yeah.
they don't want us to dive in deep with.
Well, Amazon knows that it doesn't really have to pre-brief reporters on this kind of stuff. There's also more of a potential of that getting leaked out if they do that. So they're just going to come out with it really like all at once and let people go wild with it. And there is a very, very strong chance that some of the fashion magazines and will glom onto this and say, hey, this is tech, but this is also really interesting for our industry.
Why not use just a camera on your laptop?
That's true.
Why am I not
Or your
getting it?
phone.
I mean, the 360 thing does have something of an appealing
Three-
angle to it. Not
It doesn't do
personally, but
360.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
I thought they were
You
saying it did
no
360.
no
No,
no. You
it's
can
depth
spin it
sensing.
and then like
And then it generates.
and then you can like look back at the replay.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
of, like
That's
seeing what
it.
you look like from behind.
Yeah,
That's all.
it's just a video.
Okay.
It's like I can spin around in a circle and it'll shoot the video of it. The
You know,
point
or
of
buy a mirror.
right, the point of the depth sensing camera, by the way, from the video was that like so the background is fuzzy, so whatever you're wearing pops in the image.
So it's actually creating a focal point.
Yeah,
So it's a
again,
smart camera.
it's a unitasker type of thing, like exactly what you had said before.
There are definitely more than a few people that are resistant to this. Brian says an Amazon camera giving fashion advice is a disaster in the making. What's to stop Amazon from shoving their products down people's throats? Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
obviously the point.
Well, if you got this, you already are down with Amazon, so it doesn't phase you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's an opt-in. They're not putting these in everybody's home, mandated.
Yeah.
Not
God,
yet.
imagine that.
Yeah, and it's worth remembering that there is this thing called what is it, the Amazon Tap or the Echo Tap? That it's another Echo device that you have to press the button for the most part. I think now you can actually do voice activated, but for the longest time you had to push a button on it and it was mobile. And I don't think those have been selling well at all. So there is a possibility. So they did really well with the Dot. They did really well with the original Echo, but there is this other Echo product out there that didn't really sell all that well. So
it was meant for taking to the beach though too and stuff.
right, or you
know.
going to the park or the playground or a picnic, whatever.
So if you're going to invest, you're going to do that second. You're not going to do that first. You're
Right.
Gonna, you're going to
So-
do the main one first.
So the possibility of the look becoming another Tap is also a possibility, but they want to keep testing out different Echo styles and looks. There's another rumor that's been floating for quite some time now that they're looking at an Echo with like a screen on it. Which, granted, you can get Alexa on your Fire tablet, so I don't know why they would
Tiny
do that.
screen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine
I don't know.
you're having it in your kitchen countertop and it's just sitting there, but it's got like a decent cell phone size screen on it. So if you need recipes, you can watch
See, I'm down
a video
for that.
as you go.
Alexa,
Yeah.
tell me how to make a hot toddy.
Right.
hot
And then they provide like a video or something.
Yeah.
I think the idea for them is that like they know the Echo is really popular, and if they can create an Echo literally for everybody, they will. So that's what's happening. I don't
Sure
I don't know
is.
that this is gonna work. I think like a lot of people, as you said, are resistant, but they're gonna keep riding this Echo wave as long as they can.
And then there's going to be a camera for your fridge to tell you if your milk is out, so Amazon Fresh can come by and deliver you some.
We are so close to that actually happening. There are smart fridges out there that basically do that already.
But you still have to manually trigger it. If
Yes.
it's just like put a little sensor in the fridge, like new milk. So let's get a couple more questions in before we wrap it up for the day. Matthew's asking, so is Amazon going to take a page from Google's playbook, but instead of recognizing my voice, it'll recognize my face?
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
that's what Apple's rumored to be doing, and that's the idea for when you're talking to it. At least it knows my settings when I walk in the door versus my husband's settings when he walks in the door.
I
that
think
kind
the
of thing.
problem there is that I think people are a little bit more comfortable with voice as opposed to visual. So
Oh yeah, people freak
feels
out
a
when
little
their
bit more
TV looks
intrusive.
at them. When the Xbox, remember when that was a requirement, people freaked out. Yeah, people don't like it.
I'm sorry, Dave. Imagine Sagi and Brian are on the same page. So Imagine Sagi's asking, so will the pictures be permanently stored in the Amazon cloud, and will they Facebook it and try to sell them off? That's me
That's a
adding
good
on to
question.
Imagine Sagi's question. And then Brian asks, or comments that I see a whole lot of leaked videos coming out of this.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Without a doubt. This is
Yeah.
going to be the
I-
next.
I mean, like that does. Those are both very good points, and there is a messiness. Uh-oh.
Sorry. AI privilege just said not funny, and their image is in fact HAL 9000.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like when you add a camera into your bedroom, obviously that creates the potential for problems. But at the same time, I mean, people with Nest cameras already do that. So
Well, wasn't there like an issue with like some of these always on assistants catching people talking, and even if they don't intend to say, "Hey Alexa" or whatever, it would just kind of pick up. So
Yes.
it's already the issue of like it's hearing my conversations, and now it's just another element of that.
yeah. I mean, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I mean, like I'm like literally still digesting this, so it's good to do the podcast now too, because like we literally just found out about this.
Yikes on bikes.
This is like tech from that movie Clueless or something.
Oh my god, that would fit
My
perfectly
God.
in that movie.
Oh, it's inevitable. They're probably going to do a Clueless reboot, right?
Yeah, there
That'll
you go.
happen.
And they'll include this.
I need augmented
Product.
fashion, please.
But they'll-
Just
they'll-
augment my fashion on
They'll
me.
make it snippy or something and kind of bratty, and it'll be a character in itself, like a
Right.
robot assistant.
This is a baby step, probably to Yeah, point your camera, tell me what I should wear.
Right.
And then-
Or like the Echo Home. They'll just make a house for you. It'll be pre-built. You'll walk in. Alexa will be everywhere.
We're finally getting that smart home horror film, though. I forgot the title of it, but I
Mhm.
saw that it's coming down the line. I think I sent that to you the other day. We
Yeah.
speculated about it. I'm glad it's finally coming to be because it's happening in real life. Anyways, excellent chat today. Keep the conversation going. Let us know what you think about this silly ass camera happening in your home.
That is your opinion.
And before we wrap it up, Assad is asking me specifically about the image behind you, Ben. There's a poster that I keep around that says inspirational quote.jpg, and I got to tell you, the reason I have that here is because I get so destitute and depressed about the idea of having terrible cameras watching everything I do at all times, that I just need some beautiful imagery to keep me going throughout the day. So thank you for that.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today, Bridget. Thanks everybody for watching. The 359 is available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FeedBurner, Google Play Music, and of course, CNET.com. Thanks for watching.